In this group we have Austin Harris and Richie Lane, and we have chosen to do the caffeine and energy drink article because with us being athletes, we want to know what is the best use for energy drinks to make us perform at our highest.
Well, the reason Austin says being athletes because caffeine is the most popular supplement among young British athletes. It has more effect in the elite athletes, but normal athletes do use it. Now, everybody knows the English athletes are the best athletes in the world. So, in my opinion, this is why 30% of the American male and female adolescents have started using caffeine or energy drink supplements on a regular basis. I think they're maybe trying to be as good as the British athletes. It's a hard task, but 30% of Americans, both male and female, are using these supplements on a regular basis.
That may be a bit biased, just a little. The real reason for why they are used is very different than what Richie said over here. Americans have been known to use it to reduce and control body fat, which
hasn't been working very well. If that's why Americans are using them, things could be very different. But athletes use them because of their potential ergogenic effect, especially endurance athletes like energy drinks and especially caffeine in these energy drinks. It's thought to have a delay in fatigue. So any endurance athlete such as a cross-country runner or a road cyclist, endurance cyclist, which we know British have the best cyclists, that's not an argument. It's thought to help reduce fatigue because of caffeine's ability to alter exercise metabolism. The way it's able to do this is because it enhances fat oxidation. Now, when we break down fat, we get more energy than if we break down glucose. So obviously as an endurance athlete, this is what we need. We need more fat oxidation and more energy being created at an aerobic level, not an anaerobic level. That's why endurance athletes prefer to use these supplements or substances to help better performance.
It's not just for performance though. I mean, it does have other things. Like if it's combined with ephedra, it increases metabolic rate and stimulates fat loss. So you may be thinking, because you're British, that it's only used for performance, but it can be used for fat loss.
I mean, caffeine, it's been suggested to help strengthen power performance. This is by enhancing muscle contraction efficiency. So if we have more efficient muscle contractions, the power and performance we can produce will be a lot better than if the contractions were weaker. So having better contractions is what strength power athletes need, which I've heard, just somebody told me recently that the British are more strong and powerful than the Americans.
Who did you hear that from?
One of my British friends.
Ah, thought so. Well, a result from a study from Vital Pharmaceuticals Incorporated indicated that acute ingestion of the supplement enhanced fat utilization as reflected by greater caloric expenditure from fat.
I could understand there may be another use, but I still...
Agree to disagree.
We can agree to disagree.
We'll leave that up to you.
That's your choice. There's one thing we will agree on when talking about caffeine and energy drinks, and that is there are some safety issues. Caffeine is only a mild stimulant. It's found in foods and beverages all around, such as coffee, tea, chocolate, and normal soft drinks that we drink daily. Not so much in England. but we do drink them daily. And
You do like your tea.
I do like my tea. These foods and beverages contain 40 to 150 milligrams of caffeine. Energy drinks are much, much higher. They contain between 75 and 174 milligrams of caffeine. Now, as you can see, that is very, very high. So, there was one case.
Caffeine levels have been known to exceed over 500 milligrams per serving, which is a lot.
That's a lot of
Which
caffeine.
it does have some side effects once it gets that high, and some of them are pretty severe. It's been known to have insomnia, nervousness, headache, high blood pressure. It's also been known to have some heart effects if you have too much of it at too much at a time. So you do have to be careful about how much you are ingesting of caffeine, because it can be deadly to a point.
Yeah, it can. Caffeine is pretty safe. We find it everywhere. But as of any supplement or product, too much of it will be bad for us. There will be a point where we will stop becoming as strong, the British athletes. So we need to know these boundaries. A moderate intake will not affect you in a bad way. It will help you.
As long as it's in moderation.
Everything in moderation. Okay. So I hope you agree that caffeine and energy drinks are a great use for athletes, especially British athletes. And we hope you enjoyed this debate. Your view will be the decider.
Go America.